Solidarity greetings from National Campaign on Dalit Human Rights. Jai Bhim. From at least 20 years ago, as National Campaign on Dalit Human Rights and several other Dalit Adivasi organizations, we've been seeing one very clear systematic aspect that has been going on. Any student who has come to college and who has finished his degree and is able to enter into still further advanced or higher education is systematically chopped and slaughtered. If you look at all the major atrocities that have taken place around the southern coastal part of South India, whether Andhra Pradesh or Tamil Nadu or even Karnataka and some parts in Kerala, much before in the northern parts of the country, this has been a very systematic pattern of the broader society. Of course, several governments have done it, but this government has perfected this act. Why have they done it? And we could not really fathom why the higher education students are being targeted. In most of the atrocities, if you see, people who have raised their voice against and challenged the injustice have been some of the first generation students who have felt streaks of freedom that they have either seen outside or they have firm belief in, which their families to certain extent have been thrust inside every casteist society. They have found, no, we will break this caste system, we'll break this system of injustice. Whether you see Karamchedu, whether you see Chunduru, whether you see the several aspects near Nuzvid, near Tamil Nadu, or near Hosur that has happened, all of them have been students or those youth who have had access to higher education and who are beginning to challenge the streaks and systems who have slashed their families for centuries. And as these voices were getting about, we have seen a new type of atrocity that has been done, and that has started in, again, Hyderabad Central University in 2002. Ekdam, in one stroke, 15 scholars, PhD scholars, who have been chasing several challenges to come to the as a PhD scholar in a Hyderabad Central University. I think many of you know how difficult it is. For most of them are first generation learners. They have struggled. They have struggled with their parents. They have struggled with the feudal elements in their villages. They have struggled with their peer group who have excluded them from access to scholarships. Their own friends who would not allow them to have access to education. They cannot speak English. They cannot have so-called forms of efficacy. And they have somehow struggled to sheer merit. It's not out of any reservation. It's not out of any quota that they have come. Because if you are a quota, they have found ways of systematically keeping you out. But chasing those difficulties, these people have come, and there they found in hostels and in allotment of research guides the kind of discrimination and casteist elements that are there in the faculty, in administration, and in disbursement of their scholarships. Because most of them, that was the time when the Rajiv Gandhi Fellowship was started. They have managed to come because that scholarship was a key element which had kept them in the classrooms. Friends, in one stroke, in 2002, these students who are agitating not just their access to education, but challenging the several forces that is pushing them back into villages, when they raised their voice, they were declared as gundas. and all of them not just suspended, but the same Apparao who is here, who was then the registrar, has incited the administration to rusticate them for life. And then we felt, as Dalit rights organizations, that this is one area which is going to be our future challenge, that every agitating Dalit and Adivasi has no place in the studies, in the centers of excellence. And therefore, we need an extra movement to see that these people are there in the colleges to take them forward. Friends, I'm only saying this because we have seen after 2002, again in 2015, after around 13, 14 years, that the same thing has been continuing. You had 42 suicides. You had several hundreds of students who could not stand the casteism and have been pushed out. But despite that, again you see another Rohit Vemula who has stood up to this cause. And we find for the first time that the caste issue is being raised not just in universities but across the country as a debate. And then we see what has happened in JNU. Friends, we feel it is time that we gather our forces together and push our energies and making sure that this is challenged at every step. And we are in solidarity with this movement because it is not just these visible challenges that we see in HCU and JNU. Yes, definitely this is visible, and we have to put all our forces behind to protect the democracy and declare ourselves as people, as citizens who are protecting nationalism. We are the ones who are protecting nationalism. But may I also remind each one of us that every Adivasi, every Dalit and other marginalized communities, we need to make sure that we are in them, whether in their issue of scholarship, whether in their allotment of guides, whether in their allotment of hostel seats, whether in the ensure that through abuses that they are not driven away. We have seen what happened to IITs, we have seen what happened to students in AIMS, we have seen what happened to students in several other universities, especially from the Dalit and marginalized and minority communities. Friends, we need to be in solidarity, and I think while we claim the political freedom, we should also claim crores and crores of rupees which is being continuously diverted. And with this, we have to claim, and we have to give a real warning to these governments, because institutions like UGC, every year they are diverting the money that has to go to these students. Every year they are putting their money in the buildings but not supporting the students for which the money is supposed to be allotted. And this is especially true so in the tribal subplan and the scheduled caste subplan. So I think our fight, definitely supporting the fight in JNU, supporting the leaders in JNU, and through this fight we support all other progressive elements, the Dalit rights, the Adivasi rights, the minority rights group across the country, especially in the area of higher education, and protect our dignity and our freedom and our legitimacy as people through these, that we are protectors of our freedom. Jai Bhim.